Have you ever dreamed of being just a little bit taller? Well, what if I told you there is a place where you could grow up to 2 inches in just a few months? No, it's not some mythical land from a fairy tale, it's space. That's right, astronauts literally get taller when they go into orbit. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's a real documented phenomenon. So, how does this happen? Is it permanent? And what does it really feel like to stretch out in zero gravity? Today, we're rocketing into the science behind this incredible transformation. Stick around as we unravel the mystery of why space makes you taller. Let's start with the basics. Here on Earth, gravity is constantly pulling us down. It's an invisible force that we live with every single second of our lives. This constant downward pressure compresses our spine. Think of your spine as a stack of 33 bones called vertebrae. In between these vertebrae are soft, cushion-like discs made of cartilage. These discs act like tiny shock absorbers, protecting our bones and allowing our spine to bend and twist. Throughout the day, as we stand, walk, and sit, gravity squashes these discs, squeezing out fluid and making them thinner. This is why you're actually a tiny bit shorter at the end of the day compared to when you first woke up. When you lie down to sleep, your spine is horizontal. Gravity's pull is lessened, and the discs have a chance to rehydrate and expand. You wake up refreshed and at your maximum height for the day. Now imagine taking that concept to the extreme. In the microgravity environment of space, the constant downward pull on your spine virtually disappears. Without this compression, the intervertebral discs are free to expand to their full plump potential. They absorb more fluid and stretch out, pushing the vertebrae further apart from each other. It's like letting go of a compressed spring. The result? The astronaut's spine lengthens, and they can grow taller by up to 3% of their original height. For a 6-foot-tall astronaut, that's an increase of about 2 inches. This change happens relatively quickly, with most of the height gain occurring within the first few days and weeks of being in space. Japanese astronaut Norishige Kanai famously tweeted that he had grown a whopping 9 centimeters, or about 3.5 inches, after just 3 weeks on the International Space Station. He later had to correct himself, saying it was a measurement error and he'd only grown about 2 centimeters. But it shows just how noticeable this effect can be. So while growing taller might sound like a cool perk of space travel, it's not all fun and games. This spinal elongation can come with some uncomfortable side effects. Many astronauts report experiencing back pain, especially in the lower back. The muscles, ligaments, and nerves that support the spine have to adjust to this new stretched out state. It's like your body is trying to figure out its new posture in a completely alien environment. Think about how you feel after sitting in a weird position for too long. Now imagine that feeling amplified and lasting for weeks. The pain is often described as a dull ache, and it's one of the most common medical complaints among astronauts. It's a reminder that our bodies are exquisitely adapted to life on Earth, and taking away a fundamental force like gravity can have some really unexpected consequences. To deal with this, astronauts have a rigorous exercise regimen. They spend about 2 hours every day working out on specialized equipment like treadmills with harnesses, stationary bikes, and a resistance machine that mimics weightlifting. This isn't just to keep their muscles from wasting away. It's also crucial for their spinal health. These exercises help to load the spine, simulating some of the effects of gravity, which can help mitigate the back pain and keep the supporting core muscles strong. Astronauts also experiment with different sleeping positions and stretches to find relief. It's a constant process of adaptation. They're essentially learning to live in a new body. And it's not just their spines. They have to get used to their internal organs shifting upwards in their chest cavity and fluid moving from their legs too. Their heads, which gives them a puffy face and skinny chicken legs. Now for the big question, is this newfound height permanent? Can an astronaut come back to Earth and dunk a basketball like never before? Unfortunately for any aspiring spacefaring basketball players, the answer is no. As soon as an astronaut returns to Earth's gravitational field, the process reverses itself. Gravity begins its familiar work, compressing the spine once again. The intervertebral discs slowly lose the extra fluid, and the astronaut shrinks back down to their original height. This process can be just as uncomfortable as the initial growth spurt, often accompanied by more back pain as the body readjusts. The readaptation period can take several weeks or even months. It's a pretty dramatic reminder of just how powerful gravity really is. Within a few days of being back, most of the extra height is gone. So, what does all this mean for the future of space travel, especially for long-duration missions to Mars? Understanding these physiological changes is absolutely critical. Scientists at NASA and other space agencies are constantly studying the effects of microgravity on the human body. They're developing new exercise protocols, better spacesuit designs, and even considering things like artificial gravity on long-haul spacecraft. For a multi-year mission to Mars, protecting astronauts' spines is a top priority. The weakening of back muscles and changes in the spine could increase the risk of injury, like a herniated disc, which would be catastrophic millions of miles from home. Researchers are even using advanced imaging techniques like MRI on astronauts before and after their flights to get a detailed picture of what's happening to their spines and the surrounding muscles. This research isn't just for astronauts. Studying the spine in space gives us a unique, accelerated model of what happens to the spine as we age here on Earth. Conditions like osteoporosis, muscle atrophy, and intervertebral disc degeneration share some similarities with what astronauts experience. By understanding how to counteract these effects in space, we might unlock new treatments and therapies for back pain and age-related spinal issues for everyone. It is a perfect example of how pushing the boundaries of human exploration in space can lead to direct benefits for us right here on the ground. The next time you look up at the stars, remember the astronauts floating up there, literally stretching the limits of the human body. In the end, growing taller in space is a fascinating but temporary side effect of living without gravity. It highlights the incredible adaptability of the human body, but also its profound connection to our home planet. It has a cosmic trade-off. You get breathtaking views of Earth and the incredible sensation of floating, but you might have to deal with a bit of back pain and the strange feeling of your own body changing. And when you come home, you have to give those extra inches back. It's a small price to pay for the adventure of a lifetime. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the science of space growth. If you found this fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the amazing world of science and space exploration. Let me know in the comments, if you had the chance, would you go to space even with the weird side effects? Until next time, keep looking up.